Okay, for the people who are actually asking for Abu Dhabi fine reduction, please, I want to clear this. There is no amnesty, no form of amnesty announced in the United Arab Emirates. No, there is none. What we have is reduction. So you apply for the reduction if it is granted, and then you get to clear it up, and then you get to apply for a new visa. For those in Abu Dhabi, yes, we know Abu Dhabi is always the strict part. You know that strict. For personally, I wouldn't advise that you go do things yourself in Abu Dhabi, because I have it, like, not first-hand experience, but from a friend who is currently, I know she's going to watch this video, who is currently back home. She was actually a victim of wrongly going to go and it was last year, do the stuff herself. By the time she called me, she was already like in the process of getting deported. So you need to be careful about that. You really need to be careful about Abu Dhabi overstays and all that. So if you have someone who can do it for you, that is my advice. Go with someone who can do it for you. You understand? And it is better if you can secure a permit, an entry permit, that is like get a visa first. It is possible that you can be granted a visa. It's just for you to apply. You can be granted a tourist visa, and then you hold it, but your status will not change until you clear that fine. So that means even when you're granted a visa, it doesn't mean that you are free. It means that you still need to go and clear that fine, yes, for your status to change. Because if you don't clear that fine, your overstay keeps counting, it keeps accumulating. So that's about it, about Abu Dhabi fine reduction, not amnesty. For those of you asking me when is amnesty going to start, or when is amnesty going to stop, I want to say it again. There is no amnesty in United Arab Emirates. There is none. Currently, what is going on in United Arab Emirates is a fine reduction. Fine reduction. They are reducing your fine. They can reduce it. You apply. If they deem it fit, they reduce it. That is what they are doing. Nobody is waiving your overstay. No, you have to pay money. Yes, you have to still pay. But they are giving you is the chance. If you ask me, I would say it is a good chance to actually get to legalize yourself, your stay in this country. So when you actually do that, you get to secure a visa, maybe a permanent residence if you can, or a tourist visa if you can. You can change into any of this. For me, it's a good thing. It's a good idea. It's a welcome thing. So for those of you asking me when is it going to end, I don't know when it's going to end, and I don't even know when it started. We just started hearing because people went and applied for it. There was no official announcement or so. People went and applied and it worked out for them. But most of those people who actually applied went with a visa or something. So when other people heard about it, they started applying and it started working. So nobody knows when it's going to stop. So don't come and ask when is it ending. Nobody knows when it will end. It ends whenever it ends, guys. Have you? Hello guys, today I want to tell you about visa change. For the Nigerians who are complaining that visa change is actually taking time, guys, I want you to know this. Currently there has been issues we don't want to talk about really over here. So I want to tell you this. For you to get your visa change fast enough, guys, please try and apply for your visa change at least 10 days. If you can, apply it 2 weeks before it finishes. You understand? Visa change, you have about 90 days. You have about 90 days. So if at all, apply on the 78th day or on the 80th day. 10 days is enough for you to apply. The reason is because recently you got to find out that people who actually wait till their visa expires a day or 2 days to the visa expiry or tourist visa expiry, they get fines. Yes, some of them get to get fines 200, 300, extra 400. Yes, depending on how many days. And sometimes maybe you give the money to your person who wants to apply for you, and then they don't get to apply it until it gets to the weekend. And you know what that is. If the office should go to a weekend, that means you have about 2 days of overstay, or 3 even. So be careful about that. Do apply, because the visa changes are taking time to come out now. They take almost about 2 weeks. And for you guys who are complaining, saying that it is taking time to come out, please know that is how it is in general. It takes time to come out. I believe what the system or what the country we are in is doing is to vet everybody. They are trying to check everybody before it comes out. And I believe that's the reason why. it is taking time, but it eventually comes out. So that's a good thing, at least. So bear that in mind. Your agent is not the one holding your visa. You just have to be patient enough and let the visa come out, but apply on time, guys. Kindly apply on time, at least 10 days before your visa finishes. That is on the 80th day. Thank you, guys. Hello, guys. So what I want to address now is this. For those of you who are asking me if you need Emirates ID for SIRA or Emirates ID for CNA or caregiver or medical coding, let me tell you something. Generally, these institutes or the schools that opened and are trying to teach you these courses are looking for money. They are businesses opened by individuals. You understand? They don't actually need these things you're talking about. But yes, if you have Emirates ID, you can go with it. And then they just need your name. They just need your name, your full name. That is just what they need. If you have your international passport, it is easier. You can even go with the photocopy. Just make a colored photocopy of it. They can actually take it. They use it and then get to register you. So guys, you don't need it is not a must that you must have an Emirates ID before you can register for SIRA, CNA, caregiver, or medical coding, even some teaching courses. You don't need that, guys. You don't need that. You can either go with your international passport or the copies, or you go with Emirates ID if you have. If you don't have, you can just go with your international passport. As far as it is valid, you can go with it. So guys, that's what I want you to know. Next thing I want to clear is this. Someone said something. He asked if I should clear my overstay or abscond. What else do I need to do? Yeah, if you clear your overstay, the next thing is to make a visa. You can either decide to make a 3-month visa, that is 3-month tourist visa, or you can either decide to make a residence visa, whichever one you can. You understand? You can either decide to make any of them. So guys, that's the option you have. You don't just clear the overstay or clear the abscond and then you leave it that way. If you leave it, my dear, your status have not changed. It means it will start counting again. You start a new overstay fine counting. So you need to clear your overstay and then you apply for a new visa. So that's it, guys. Okay, someone asked if flights are coming from Nigeria directly. Currently, the news we heard was that there are no inbound flights. There are no flights coming from Nigeria to this country, to UAE. Yes, no flights are allowed. I believe, and there are other countries actually, Kenya, Ethiopia, and all that. So I believe it's because of the current variant of COVID-19, which is Omicron. So there are no direct flights coming from Nigeria to this country, to UAE. Meanwhile, yes, flights can go from here directly to Nigeria. Yes, they can. So for anybody who wants to travel from back home to this place, you have to leave Nigeria at least 2 weeks. You have to leave Nigeria 2 weeks. That means you go to Benin Republic or you go to any other place, maybe any other country. Maybe you fly to Egypt if you can, because currently I heard Kenya, Ethiopia, Tanzania are all banned from coming into this country too, the way Nigeria is banned too. So it is not a Nigerian thing. Now it is like all over, you understand? But currently, Benin Republic are boarding, but you have to leave Nigeria and be in these countries for about 14 days first, at least. So from 14 days up, that is when you can be qualified to board. For those of you who are actually boarding, please find out from your airline the PCR procedures, PCR test and antigen test. There is PCR test, there's antigen test. Find out from the airline you are actually boarding your flight. If not, you find out from the agents or whoever boarded your flight for you. Make sure you are in line with the procedures. Make sure you are in line with the PCR tests. The ones they take 48 hours, maybe the ones you have to submit a few days, and the one you have to take maybe in the connecting country. Find that out and make sure you are not sent back home on landing here or landing in whichever place you're going. That said, I will advise you, make sure you keep to the law in actually going to any of these countries. So that's it, guys.